Do we want to raise our first sail? Why is it not turning?
Boys, don't kill me, please.
Okay, Jem, get ready to board.
Please.
Come on. I've got the anchor. Hit our anchor. Now, I'm quite new to the Sea of Thieves game, and I started around the same time that it went live on Steam. One thing I've noticed about this game is, for a bunch of pirates, they're pretty scared of fighting people on the high seas. Like, every review that I'm seeing for this game that is negative seems to be people scared of PvP. So, what can you really do about it? Now, I've been, like I said, playing less than a month. I'm already at the point where I'm pretty confident sailing solo over a crew of randoms. So maybe people need to think about why they're not too confident with the PvP and what they can do to change that. So maybe I can provide you some little tips of my own.
This guy go.
Go anchor aim, dramatic.
Yeah, well.
Gentlemen, ramming speed.
I love it. Drop an anchor.
What happens to both?
Ramming can seem like a great way to engage to start because you can quickly damage their ship, jump on, take control. But one thing you have to be very aware of is the ships aren't really designed to ram one another in Sea of Thieves because they don't have the attachment on the front. And doing so can quickly get you in trouble and damage you. Now, if you get lucky out of it, you won't take too much hull damage and you'll be pretty fine yourself, and then you'll be able to recover and get to them. But the chances are, if the opponent doesn't take too much damage, they can take control of your ship and then start trying to damage you, and then you've got to deal with boarders. Now, in this scenario, we had the bigger ship and the better crew, so it was pretty easy to deal with the guy trying to board us and then sinking his ship. But something I would suggest, take someone else's ship. Use their ship to go ram the galleon.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Only like
Alright, hold on wheel quick. We're gonna hit these rocks.
it's only one click away.
Spawn on right there. Heading over.
Let's go.
Get aboard.
Same.
Ooh, chimama!
What's up,
Nice.
fuckers?
Grinded their ship.
Oh,
See
I
anybody?
have
Oh,
one of
there. Get on the ship. Same. Fuck, he got me.
Yo, looks like your galleon's sinking. It's up to second level. What happened?
Are you able to get
Do
in?
you
Jim?
guys need
I got him.
assistance?
Can you res me?
Yeah, where are you? Yeah,
Dang it.
Are you guys on the galleon okay? Or have you sunk? Oh, you've sunk. Oh no, what happened? Is the brig okay? What? Oh, the humanity.
Okay.
Yeah, I see him. One of the quickest ways to sink or get sunk is to have someone sneak a keg onto your ship. So what you have to do is if you spot someone in the water and they're trying to swim a keg, make sure you shoot that. I think he's dead. However, you're not always going to be able to stop it. And what you have to remember, it's more important to take the keg explosion on your deck than it is below the ship. Because at least if you take it on the deck, if you're organized, you can recover and retaliate before the enemy has a chance to come over and finish the job.
Yeah, thank you for pressure.
Oh,
Killed him.
supplies, grab supplies.
You should have done it faster.
I killed one.
Taking control of the enemy ship and stopping the enemy from taking control of your ship is probably the most important thing I've learned about Sea of Thieves. Even against a smaller crew, naval combat can be drawn out and aren't guaranteed a win, because a good crew on a smaller ship will have better maneuverability, and if you're on the same ship, again, if one of them boards you and takes control of your ship, then you're done. So you have to be looking for opportunities to board and go into it, because even as you see here, yes, we beat this crew, but it took a good 15 minutes to actually take them down because they kept going for rams and then trying to do hit and runs, trying to board us. But the second we boarded them, it was over. Now what you're going to notice with this crew is we go straight for the board and take control of their ship immediately, killing them on cannons and then making sure that we have complete control of the ship. And the battle's over instantly. It lasted seconds. Now this is the guy from the clip where he was trying to destroy me with a keg on his ship. Not a smart thing to do, and because he was on Xbox, these guys would definitely not be able to match me in 1v1. If you're playing on PC, you're going to have a huge advantage over Xbox players. My experience with the game, not too many people are actually that good with the cannons, so they'll try to get as close as possible, and they'll go for bombing runs, and they'll try to pull alongside you to shoot, which again, on the smaller ships versus bigger ships, it's very suicidal. But if they can get on you, which is what most people try to do, then you're going to be in big trouble. So you're going to be wanting to watch for them to harpoon, and then the second you can get on their ship to kill them and take control of their ship, then again, you've easily won again.
Both dead.
They're anchored.
Now I'll pretend to ignore them and go for the
Can-
then hop.
Yeah, go for the ghost ship. They just got fucking.
Now, you're not always going to be able to board the enemy, be it circumstance or just crew skill, but one thing you're going to want to do is to make sure you disable the enemy's ability to damage you, and in this case, as you can see here, these guys claim to be friendly whilst aiming the cannons at me, so I just shot him straight off the cannons, and then fired at his cannons so he couldn't fire at me. Other ways that you can do little things is like I said before, with getting kegs to the enemies. If you can jump off your ship as they're coming towards you, you get a keg below them and you set it off. Kaboom! That's a ship disabled and they have no ability to fight back, and then you can get into position to destroy them. It's another way of taking control of the enemy ship. Obviously, you're not always going to be able to just swim straight over. So one of my favourite methods is the depth charge, which is where you swim as low as possible so they can't see your name or see that you're in the water, and then just let go of the barrel. The second you let go, it'll float up, hit them, and then they're going to get sunk when that hits them, depending on the size of the ship and where it hits, because obviously if it hits at the front of a big ship, it might not create enough damage to actually sink them, and they'll be able to repair. But the fact that you've hit them with, say, like a keg, it's going to disable their ability to attack you, which then allows you to get on cannons to start then shooting at their cannons, shooting at their mast, getting that down so they can't move, they can't maneuver, and then you can just keep firing, hit their wheels so they can't turn, hit their anchor so if your teammate anchors them, they can't get it up, and then you can just rain cannon fire, and you can sink them, and then whilst you're doing that, your teammate can get over, you take control. Now, one thing that I find pretty important is not to over-invest. And what do I mean by that when I say that? I mean over-investing your time. Sometimes in Sea of Thieves, if someone wants to run, you're probably not going to catch them. There have been so many scenarios where I've seen a ship and I've started chasing them, and you've been chasing them for about half an hour and you're just not quite catching them. Be it ship advantage, wind advantage, maybe they're on the same ship. And if you just keep chasing them, you're not going to achieve anything. Now, we much had a scenario like that where a Discord crew on a grade 5 Reaper ship ram raided us, we took control of their ship, but then they managed to get away from us, and then they kept trying to do hit and run tactics. So their idea was, they realized they couldn't take us in the ship combat or boarding, so their plan was to just run away, and then have all 4 members, or 3 at a time, depending on what was in front of them, come back to our ship to try and anchor us, and then to cause fire damage, and then to bring their ship around to then try and sink us. And we wasted 2 hours going for this, and you should never do that. Honestly, even if you're spending more than 10 minutes trying to chase someone, it's probably a waste of time. However, this was one very rare situation where they had ram raided us, thrown shade at us, and the whole time they'd been running from us. They were very laggy, they were constantly hurling abuse, so we just had to sink and punish them. So this was the one rare example where we were willing to chase them for all that time, wear them down, even though we both ran out of resources and we were having to sail island to island, have mini skirmishes for this 2 hours. They were going to sink, and they had to suffer.
There we go.
Killed one.
Hey, I managed to catch the tower ship.
Turn right if you can.
As we are on.
I'm getting good
Oh.
shots on them. Oh, they've been anchored?
Yeah, I anchored them. I anchored them.
Oh, I'm getting really good low shots.
Oh my god, one's in here.
One above deck.
Oh my god, he killed me. Fucking sword slashes, man. They got me caught in a
It's
vortex.
straight up.
They got me. That's 2.
Someone's coming over.
Going for a round? Are we going for a round? Okay.
Honestly, if you've been watching any of this, you're thinking, it doesn't apply to me. I play Lone Wolf, or I'm a solo sloop player, so I can't do this. Then the biggest tip I can offer you is make some friends. Like, I had one friend who got me into this game, so I had one friend who was playing this. And everyone that I've played with since are people that I've met on a random crew that happened by chance because one of us was trying to fix our mic. So we joined their little group, we joined their Discord, and then I started using the videos that I've been making and trying to show off to friends to check stuff to get them into game. Like, hell, I've got my girlfriend to download the game and she's been getting into it. Now her friends are thinking about getting into it. I've got friends that I go mountain bike riding with that I've been sending clips to and now they're thinking about getting. Old friends that I had back from university that I haven't played since games with like Gears of War are now thinking about getting it. So we're building up our own little community and this game is a lot more fun when you have friends to play with. So don't be afraid to join some Discord groups, get on Reddit, I don't know, try Facebook or Twitter to start looking for a crew. Yes, you're going to find some jerks in the open crews, but if you look around, even on the Steam forums, you're going to find people to play with. And once you have a good group, you're going to start enjoying the game a lot more. And you can use that safety net of playing with a group to get better with the game. And once you're better with the game, you can then be more confident to sail on your own. Because originally when I first started playing, if I saw a ship, then yeah, I was quite nervous. But now, even when I'm on a sloop solo, I can see a galleon and think, yeah, I reckon I can take this. I'll set my ship into a random direction. I'll jump off the back of my ship and go on board. And unless they're a very good crew, I can then normally take them by myself, no problems. So I'm not even trying to claim that I'm good at the game here. I'm probably at the average line or maybe slightly above. I don't know. Or even start watching some streamers. There's some really good ones out there like Pace22, and if you see what they're getting up to, then it should inspire you to do it. I've got some other videos that are flowing around here of just me showing off little things as I discover them. And as you can see, my first video on this game was me panicking because our ship sailed into a volcano whilst we were doing a fort. And you can see how far we've come along and how confident we've gone with doing what we're doing since then. So hopefully this has helped you. If it has, give it a little like. Maybe send it to some friends who are having some trouble. And if you're trying to get someone into the game who's thinking that, nah, maybe it's not for me because they don't like the look of it or they just haven't tried it, just get them on it to try it. It's £1 on Xbox if you do the PC thing there to sign up for the Xbox beta. And it is definitely worth it. I highly suggest it. And you will have a lot of fun with this game. Well, till next time, let's Revan out.